Open Mr. Daudi into this conversation. He's joining us from Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. He's an international affairs expert. Mr. Daudi, Saudi Arabia plays a very important role when it comes to the India-Pakistan conflict, doesn't it? Even when Abhinandan was captured by Pakistan, it is believed that it was Saudi Arabia that gave a call to Imran Khan to release him. Hostilities aside, India has always maintained that if Pakistan gives up terrorism, India will not have a problem with it. We will trade with them, we will do business with them, we will have a people-to-people connection with them. But the fact of the matter is that it's so deeply rooted, the state policy and terrorism together, that it's becoming very difficult to extricate both of them and make the world see. But what has happened recently after Operation Sindoor and this delegation going to all these different countries, 32 to be exact, do you think there is a chance that we will get to see a peaceful India and Pakistan relationship in the days to come?
Well, it's a question which itself has a big question mark. I can't see it in the, let's say, even after a couple of years, I don't see this is happening. But yes, there may not be a severe kind of combat or kind of war kind of situation. There are countries that are concerned about India and also for Pakistan. There are many countries in this region. But when we talk about India in particular, we all know, even the entire world is aware that what India is suffering from, what kind of victims. We have been the victims of terrorism, especially when we talk about Kashmir. We have enough plenty of examples to quote which everybody knows about, and even the panel is agreeing. So here, the role of those progressive nations like there in the Middle Eastern countries, when you talk about Saudi Arabia, when you talk about UAE or about other countries, their roles are very important. And what I understand, they have a kind of a progressive approach. They have the diversified ways of handling these things, not accepting two things. One is terrorism. They do not, in fact, every sensible country is against these kinds of terrors. But when we talk about, especially about your question, these countries are focusing mainly on development, progress, and they have their vision. When they have their vision, they think of having the international peace, regional peace, prosperity, and they try their best. You already quoted, given so many examples that how things were pacified when these countries got involved. But what happens in this present scenario, when we know that President Trump announced this ceasefire, and suddenly there was a kind of, it is in the media, and everybody knows that there was a kind of external engagement, and this was the result. So what I understand that in the near future, for example, let's say in a year at least, and after especially these kinds of delegations and smart moves that India's diplomatic mission, the foreign, ministry and the government of India has taken up, this is a smart move. And perhaps when our, intellectuals, the group of intellectuals from India, and they go to those countries, especially they are the members of the United Nations and even other countries, and they just reiterate, as I said, the entire world knows what is the situation. And they know that India is the sufferer. They know that the terrorism is something which needs to be, addressed in unitedly by every nation of the world. Still, when our delegation visit different kinds, many countries, and they reiterate, they try to, there are two kinds of wars. It's one thing is like when two kinds of one army from one country, the other group from another country, and we have missiles. That is one kind of war. This is called diplomatic kind of, channelizing the right way by approaching and reaching out to those friendly countries. They may be even in some cases, if we do not portray the right picture.
Right. Let me also get in Jordan Cope into this conversation.